Here's a wild thought, aka Patters. Outside of a movie, when was the last time Captain America, as a comic book character, did something or had something happen within the walls of his issue so significant it deserved national coverage? We give a lot of credit to Ed Brubaker because he brought back Bucky. But what we're going to document on this channel, that's almost fake news. Bucky had returned so many times in the history of Captain America. Now, Bucky as a title. We often argue, is Captain America Steve Rogers or a title? Or even Thor. The argument, if Thor is a title or, or Thor himself, this is the current state of modern comics. I beg to go back to a simpler time. We have a news segment today from the last time, potentially the forever final time, that Captain America did something newsworthy in the comic. We can thank Ed Brubaker, but Ed Brubaker broke the wheel of Captain America. Did a lot of things that you could not reverse. We speak of strict editorial, the methods, the ideas, and the implications, the implementations of Jim Shooter. Sorry. Brain fart. Jim Shooter, where you start the character here, and you can arc him, and you can give him the most ridiculous nonsense to go through. But then you kind of come back to the starting point, meaning you can do anything you want with the character, but the beginning of the character has to be where the character ends up, because we're dealing with serialized comic book entertainment. We want that month-to-month crack. We want that cocaine. But if we change the character too much, if we happen to kill him, and technically the Captain America right now in Marvel continuity is the wrong Captain America. The one that we see here became a Hydra agent, and they never returned it back. Which is wild, because we know Captain America eventually comes back. This is a news segment. Watching this, got the ideas going. When I was watching this, a lot of the stuff I just told you ran through my mind as I watched this segment. I want to share it with you. So guys, little depressing. The last time Captain America was so significant in the comic book page, he deserved national news coverage. Let's go.
Nations in times of war engaged in all kinds of propaganda and patriotism to rally spirits during World War II. That's when comic book hero Captain America was created, to fight the Nazis and the Japanese and then many other threats to America in later years. But there is one fight this red, white, and blue hero apparently could not win: the battle to stay relevant. Here's Ben O'Hara Byrne.
He was born of an era when images, like so much else, was laid out in black and white. And through the years, he has been the defender of America, draped in the colors of the U.S. flag, seemingly indestructible, until now. Today, comic book fans snapped up and dove into the pages that marked the end of Captain America.
It's pretty huge. Captain America's been there for, everything.
Captain America is killed off as part of an ongoing plot called Civil War, pitting Marvel superheroes against each other. But fans say despite his always ageless exterior, the writing had been on the wall for Captain America for quite some time.
He was out of touch with America. This is what they've been getting at the last few years. He doesn't know what to do with computers. He finds all this modern culture strange and foreign.
Now, Captain America was actually created during World War II in order to bolster patriotic sentiment in the U.S. And as the Army recruitment ad on the back of the comic is a reminder of, not much has changed in the past 60 years. There's the war in Afghanistan, the war in Iraq, the war on terror. The American flag still a very powerful patriotic symbol. So it begs the question about Captain America's death. Why now?
is Captain America really standing for what America stands for anymore? Or is he standing for what he believes America is, or what the ideal of what America should be, or once was?
Of course, death is rarely the end for superheroes. Many of these famous ones have died and been brought back to life, and this may all be another clever ploy to sell more comics. But in a time when enemies are harder to define and heroes have grown more cynical and complex, Captain America was clearly the fond product of a different era.
He was always the nice guy, but you know what? The nice guy doesn't necessarily win every time.
And so a superhero that bridged generations but perhaps not attitudes is laid to rest, maybe for good, or until a new modern version of an old hero returns. In Ottawa, this is Global National's Ben O'Hara Byrne reporting.